We back on? Alright, jeez. That's so stupid. Sorry, guys, it's just, I ran out of storage. I need to get more storage or delete some old photos or some apps and stuff. My fault. Yeah, so yeah, this is part 2, and I'll make sure I get both videos uploaded, I promise. Yeah, so back what I was saying about the Texans schedule. So, if you start off from their wins whenever they started winning in the Titans game. Titans, they were home. Where's that at? Houston. Whenever they beat Baltimore, okay, they didn't have Lamar Jackson. They didn't have Lamar, okay? And whenever I say all this, that I don't think Texans are a good team. I think they're a great team. I'm showing you proof, okay? And then the 49ers in Houston, Jacksonville in Houston, Tennessee. Tennessee's a mixed weather, I think. Buffalo in Houston. Colts. It was in Indianapolis, but it was in a dome. Kansas City. That was like their only cold one, but that was before Kansas City was good though. And then, or no, Kansas City was bad that time. Was Mahomes hurt before this game? I don't know. It might have been the next one. And then like Cardinals in Houston, Raiders in Houston, Chargers in Los Angeles, Colts in Houston. Like, there's only like, literally, they were all in they were either in Texas or Florida, or either they were in the West Coast area. Like, and then, hold on, and I think in Pittsburgh, and this is also what could affect them, honestly. I really want to get this video over with, but it sucks. I'm only in the wild card round, so yeah, I really want to get this over with. But yeah, okay. Pittsburgh's weather. Weather forecast. So yeah, here we go on Monday. And what kind of weather have they been playing at all year? Weather literally 90 through like 50 degrees, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, so this is Pittsburgh, PA, and literally on Monday, I'm on Monday, and the time, it literally says around when the game starts, it's going to be like 33 to 32 degrees. It's going to be 33 to 32 degrees through the whole game. It's going to be that type of weather. And, like, literally showing you guys that too kind of proof. Doesn't that give me something a little? Because I know everybody's been picking the Texans. Like, oh, Steelers are underdogs in this situation and stuff. And yes, they're underdogs a little. But Steelers, they're getting DK Metcalf back from his suspension. The moron, and I hate to say this, DK, but like, dude almost cost us our season, and it wouldn't have been his fault. It would have been fully his fault if we would have not be in Baltimore, because I mean it's on the coaching a little bit though. But yeah, I mean, just looking at it though, Texans played a bunch of hot weather games from whenever they started winning. And Metcalf's coming back. Rodgers, the unk. Rodgers is the real deal, dude. Rodgers is the real deal. And, like, our receivers besides DK Metcalf can actually show up. Jalen Ward, Kenneth Gainwell. Defense can show up, dude. And Texans, their defense is, like, the only thing that's really been showing up on their team. Their offense has been showing up a little, but not too much. But with the Texans, with their hot weather games, with their offense not showing up, with the temperature being 33 to 32 degrees, I'm going all in on Pittsburgh. And this isn't like last year where it's not like last year where I made my it's not like last year where I made my bad where I don't think I made bad picks last year. It's just I got a lot wrong. Well, a lot of them were just like unexpected. But like, and I think a lot of people could agree with me. and stuff. I think a lot of people could agree with me, even though I've seen most people pick Texans to win that game. It's just, you can't, like, dude, I think Pittsburgh's got a real shot, and I think they have the better chance to win that game, I'd say. Yeah, divisional round. Here we go. The Elite Eight. The Elite Eight. We got Denver left, Patriots left, Steelers left, and Bills, Seahawks, Bears, Rams, and 49ers left. Which game? And then I'm going to start from the AFC. So, here we go. We got Buffalo versus Denver and a rematch from last year's wild card game. I don't think they played it at all this year. I don't think they did. Or actually, did they? All right, no, they didn't. I was thinking about the Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah, so this game could get very interesting here because it's not in Buffalo. It's in Denver now, and you got the Denver crowd. I mean, they both experience the same weather. Actually, Buffalo experiences a lot more snowy games and stuff. I mean, it could be a snowy game, I would say, but Josh Allen always loses to the AFC West. He's always been losing to the AFC West champs Chiefs every year. Is he gonna lose to the AFC West Broncos as the AFC West champs? Is he gonna lose to them though? Is that the question? If the Buffalo plays them in the playoffs this year, like, is Buffalo, like, looking in this game? Buffalo's got a dominating offense, and is Bo Nix gonna be able to keep up with them? And well, wait, true, the defense. Now, let's say the Bills have like 7 drives. I think they can score at least 4 or 5. Or actually, here, 4. I would say 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals. And that makes it 27 points by Buffalo. I think 30. And I think it's gonna be a last second game, just like the Bills and Jaguars with the one that Bills had, but it's hard to pick a team that didn't win their division to get to the AFC Championship or the Conference Championship, but I'm going all in and I'm picking Buffalo to win this game. I got Buffalo winning that game. It's gonna be a showdown if that game does happen again. I really hope that happens. Now, moving on. Oh boy, Patriots, Steelers divisional round. Now, whenever I did the betting thing earlier, this is a tough call to make. Now, Steelers, they beat the Patriots, but it's hard to see that though. I mean, because the Patriots were different before. They were a different team whenever we beat them. They weren't the 12 team. They weren't the 12-win Patriots, I think. Or yeah, they weren't the 12-win Patriots that we knew at that time, at least. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, I mean, like I said with the Texans game, I mean, I can't go based off of weather and stuff. I think I can't go based off weather. And Steelers, crazy offense, crazy defense. I mean, same for Patriots. I think it's going to be a back and forth game, but I think, and then this is gonna, y'all are gonna be mad at me for this. Oh wait, shoot, yeah, I did kind of do that, but you can't doubt the Unc Rodgers. Rodgers was different than Russell Wilson or Kenny Pickett and stuff. Rodgers is different, dude. Rodgers is different, and I think he has enough to take down MVP Drake May and send the Steelers to the AFC Championship to face the Bills in a rematch. Y'all will probably get mad at me for that, but like, you can't hate on that too much. I mean, I think it's gonna be close. I feel like. Yeah, alright, moving on to the NFC. 49ers vs. Seahawks rematch from that Week 18 matchup for the division and the 1 seed. And Seahawks, I mean, I think everybody's picking them to win the Super Bowl, pretty much. The 49ers, I think this game, I think it's also going to be another back and forth game and stuff, but like, Smith and Jigba is legit. I think he's going to, him or Puka Nacua is going to win Offensive Player of the Year, I would say. I would say Sam Darnold would win MVP. It's just there's no way they would pick Sam Darnold to win MVP and stuff. 49ers, I think I just think with Smith and Jigba, I think the Seahawks are going to score a bunch of drives, but I think the 49ers will. But I don't think Brock Purdy and that 49ers defense is going to be able to keep up with the Seattle offense, which I think it's going to be an offensive game, but the Seahawks are just going to have enough where the Seahawks are going to win that game and move on to the NFC Championship game to face Rams or Bears. Speaking of Rams and Bears, we got them right now. And now this game, so the Bears, they got the second seed, but they're taking on the Rams, so this game could get very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. But, I mean, looking at it, though, the Rams just have a dominating offense and stuff, but their defense was selling the past few weeks, but same for the Bears, too. And it's in Chicago, and I know the Rams are also not used to that kind of weather, too, but I think there's just going to be barely enough. Well, not barely, but I think it's gonna be like a 10-win game, maybe a last drive win, but I think it's gonna be a 10-point win for the Rams, and I think the Rams are gonna win that one and face the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. It's gonna be a battle. Oh shoot, I had that set up wrong. Wait. Here we go. So, all right. Which one should we do first? I really want to save Steelers for last. I want to save the Steelers for that last one. Rams, Seahawks. Woo. Yeah, in my opinion, I think this could be one of the two teams that could win the Super Bowl 100%. I mean, they have a big rivalry game. They had a big rivalry game in that one game. What was it, week 16, I think? I don't know. Just you have the top two wide receivers in that game, and they're both going to go off. And once again, it's going to be another like 38-38 last second drive. But who is going to be the team to come up clutch last second? I think it could be like an overtime game. You don't see a lot of playoff overtime games, but like this one, I think could be an overtime game, and it could be a last second one, maybe even a second overtime if it's close enough, I'd say. But I think Seahawks are going to barely have enough to win this game and to get the Seahawks into the Super Bowl to face the Steelers or the Bills. And that's gonna be like a lot of these playoff games. I feel like are gonna go into the books as game of the year. Like Bills Jags, it's gonna be one of the big games. Bears Packers. Okay, so these are all my games that I think are gonna be they're gonna come down the wires. I think all wild card games are gonna come down to the wires besides the Patriots and Chargers. I think Patriots are gonna have like a couple kneel downs and stuff. And then I think all the divisional round games are gonna be a last drive game besides the Rams and Bears. And then yeah, I'll get to the Steelers and Bills one. But yeah, that Rams and Seahawks game I think is gonna be an overtime game and stuff. Now, for the moment of truth, and yes, I did kind of tease that at the beginning of part one. I did kind of tease that at the end where because I did have the same prediction as last year of Bills getting to the conference championship game versus Steelers and stuff, and I did have Bills winning it that year. So, I mean, okay, so here we go. Yeah, Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers rematch. Now, so it was a tight game going into the third quarter. Steelers were up 7-3, and then once Aaron Rodgers fumbled that ball and broke his nose, yeah, that wasn't pretty. And then the rest of the game just was. And I don't know why they played Renegade in the fourth quarter, too. They were literally down 20 points. I don't know who did that, but whoever decided to do that should be fired, I'd say. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, this game, if I pick Pittsburgh, it's gonna be another close playoff game. But like, I think from what the Patriots won, and if this game really does happen, I would literally, if this game does happen, even if it was in the divisional round, I would beg everything for the Steelers to win this game. I'd really want the Steelers to win this game way more than the Steelers to win that game in Week 18 in the even if this game was in the divisional round next week, or I think how that would have to happen. I think if that happened, the Chargers would have to beat the Patriots for that to happen, and yeah, they would play in the divisional. Yeah, but even if this game is in the divisional, this game I'd want the Steelers to win this so bad, really bad, like more than anything. Even more than that Ravens and Steelers game, I'd want the Steelers to win even more than that one. My bad, I had to sneeze. But yeah, I think does Uncle Rodgers have it to get his revenge game over Josh Allen and the Bills? But the only chance the Steelers got is for their defense to show up and for Aaron Rodgers to get just enough points to be able to beat Josh Allen and the Bills. And I think this is the same thing for that Patriots one. I think the defense is gonna also show up when as I think that game will happen in the divisional round. I bet I guess if I saw something. In a creepy basement right now, bro. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah. So I think the defense has to show up, dude, and Aaron Rodgers is just gonna need just enough touchdowns where I think it'll be like a 34-30 game where I think the Steelers are gonna barely get the win, and I know you guys are gonna say stuff. The same thing for the Patriots. Sorry, Patriots and Bills fans, and I'm not. I mean, I kind of am saying it because I'm a Steelers fan a little bit, but just I think it's my opinion. So get mad at me, or actually, yeah, I don't care if you get mad at me. But yeah, we're at the Super Bowl though. Super Bowl, 4 seed Steelers versus 1 seed Seahawks. Steelers big time underdogs if this game would happen. But going into this game, both dominating offenses, but with the Steelers really good defense, and that's why I had the Steelers winning the Bills and Patriots game in the divisional and AFC Championship game. That's why I had Steelers win those games and stuff. But and I don't want you guys to get mad at me because I had the Steelers win the Super Bowl. Like I didn't have them win the Super Bowl last year, but my picks were bad last year. But like I think Uncle Rodgers can win these games though. I think he has enough to win these games to get the Steelers far in the playoffs. Like I mean, if you check out some clips from this year, like Rodgers has been like legit in those from week 14 to week 18, besides the Browns games, because he had no receivers. Plus, Rodgers wasn't that good early in those games. But yeah, I mean, let's get to the point here. I mean, Seahawks offense. I mean, seeing Sam Darnold would win a Super Bowl is kind of weird. But I think Sam Darnold was never bad. He just needed to find a good team and a good coach. That's why he couldn't do anything with the Jets. I mean, he literally got the Vikings to the playoffs with 14 wins that 1 year. But if you're going off it, I mean, I really want to say it, but it's going to be a high-scoring game. Okay, it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to come down to the wire. I think the defense from the Steelers is just going to barely show up. And for this to work, I think it'll go overtime to make this even more competitive, which would be a lot crazier. But yeah, for this to work, I think they'll have to go in overtime, and their defense is just going to have to hold them just enough drives, because I don't think Rodgers going to be able to score every single drive. I don't think that's going to be possible for Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers is, like, the best unk out of, like, all the current unks right now. He's better. Or, wait, hold on. Excuse me. That was not in the cards. I meant, my bad. Matthew Stafford has had a really better year than Aaron Rodgers. I forgot about Matthew Stafford. I don't even know that much unks for, like, starting at QB right now, actually, so I don't even know why I said that. But I think they're going to go into overtime, and I think they're going to, Steelers' defense is going to show up the whole game, or their defense will show up their few drives, maybe get a pick and a couple sacks, possibly, for them to win the game. I think it's going to be barely enough where I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning Super Bowl 60, and will it be, is it going to be Aaron Rodgers' final year? I don't know, but my pick is the Steelers to win Super Bowl 60, Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl MVP. Did that just happen? I've used this website multiple times, and I've never seen that in my entire life. Wait, does that do it with all teams? Wait, hold on. Oh my god, it does it with all teams. That's funny. I never knew that. Out of all the times I've used this website, that's funny. Winner, that's the coolest. That's really cool. Yeah, you guys get to have that in your face. Everybody's not a Steelers fan. Yep, I'm gonna put that directly up your face. Super Bowl champs, and I think we're gonna win the Super Bowl. And I know it for sure. I know we can win the Super Bowl. I know we can win the Super Bowl, bro. Just I know 100% sure we can win the wild card game, and I know in the Patriots won, I am 60% sure we can beat the Patriots, and the Bills won, I am 50% sure we can beat them in the conference championship, and I am 45 or 50% sure they can beat the Seahawks just with their defense showing up in Aaron Rodgers and an offense getting that win in Super Bowl 60 and winning the most Super Bowl trophies, and Mike Tomlin will not be fired. And for everyone being a hater, saying that we would not win the Super Bowl, and everyone hating on me and stuff, it's just like, bro, are you serious? But yeah, that's my pick. Steelers, Super Bowl 60 champs. We said I'm making number 7 for them to win Super Bowl 60. And yeah, I want to get this video over so bad so I can go watch the Rams and Panthers game. But I hope I go 13 for 13 in all these playoff games, and I hope you guys enjoyed the playoffs. I'm gonna go watch the games now, and let's go Steelers. Let's go win the Super Bowl, and let's beat the Seahawks. I think is gonna be my pick to win Super Bowl 60. Type in the comments who you guys have winning the Super Bowl. Peace out. Shoot, I forgot how to pause it.